Hi. I am in a beautiful part of the world, up in the mountains in North Thailand, in a place called Pai, and it's paradise. I love it. The people have been so beautiful and so welcoming and teaching me so much. This year has been a journey of many distractions by beautiful men and coming here and meeting really incredible people with really unique relationship dynamics. And I'm so curious. I'm so curious about this. Going from a 3-year marriage of sharing a bedroom and a bed, a life with one person, which was so beautiful, into a life of being single again and moving to a land like Bali, Ubud in particular, where there's lots of people exploring lots of different dynamics in relationship. Yeah, so many different ways of expressing the self, and what I'm finding is that we all have our own way to do it, and to do that authentically we need to listen deeply to what we so desire within our hearts. And last night I met a really beautiful couple who are monogamous, and they would love to share what and how it works for them. And a few days ago I met another couple who are in a very different dynamic, and actually I didn't know they were together when I first met them, and the man I felt an energy with, and so after a few times of seeing each other, we spoke about this, and he is in an open relationship with a woman who is not open, but he is, and she decided that she doesn't need to or want to hear about what he does in his own time. This way of being, wow, it really opens my eyes to a whole nother world, and I've talked to her about it. She's extremely inspiring. They're all these people I'm meeting are so inspiring, and it's making me really curious and feeling inspiration to explore different dynamics by speaking to people. And I will be interviewing all 4 of these amazing people to share their world, how it works for them. I don't know where I stand. I've always been monogamous. I feel like I always will be. But I'm staying curious and wanting to find this place inside me that is true. So when I was hanging out with this man who's in an open relationship, my body and my heart were wanting embrace, or feeling the want to embrace, and my mind was saying, well, actually you're in a relationship with someone else, this isn't what I want, you're open to exploring what this is right now with me, but there's a woman somewhere, And I've met her and she's wonderful, and she doesn't want to hear about whatever happens here. And that didn't feel right for me. But what part of me did that not sit right with? And that's something I'm really curious about. Is it my mind? Is it my conditioning? Is it the fact that I didn't want to hurt someone when she wouldn't even be hurt? Belief systems, fears, my own insecurities of how it would feel when I'm around the two of them and his attention's going to her. All of these different elements came to play, and we sat with it and we felt into it. And what came to me was that actually I was feeling a deeper intuition that was telling me that this isn't what I want. I want to stay focused on my direction and intention. And I can see clearly that men have been a big distraction for me this year. So distracting that it's forced me to practice coming back to the center every time. Wobble, 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 wobble. And coming back to the center and realigning with my intentions and moving forward. And it keeps happening. So it's been a training ground for me to maintain that center, that container, that focus, and bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. And I'm learning so much. It's really teaching me how to be a container for myself. So in that moment, I chose to not explore those feelings that were there, and to realign with my intention. Ultimately, I'm calling in my beloved who I can create magic with in this life, and it's not him, and I feel that, and I need to trust that. But then there's that aliveness, and how much of the aliveness that we feel in our lives we deny. Is it denying, or is it inviting distraction? I don't know. I know it's been distracting in the past, but maybe that's because I've been coming from a place that gives away my power. And I'm learning more and more how to hold that power, and in doing that, can I be more liberated in exploring what's alive in the moment without needing anything else from that. I'm putting all of this out there. I haven't really thought about exactly where this is heading, but this evening I will be interviewing these amazing beings who are really sure of where they're at in their relationship dynamics and what they want, and I'm so curious to see how they got there, how this amazing woman, Faith, can be fine with staying home and doing a painting all day while her partner goes out and explores whatever he needs to with whoever he needs to, and she doesn't need to do that. She is monogamous and he is open. It's incredible. I'm so curious. And then this other incredible couple who are monogamous and have 2 beautiful daughters, and the way that they do it is so open and so loving and so supportive and encouraging of each other to be in truth. There's just so many different dynamics, and finding what works for you in an authentic expression. That's golden. And I think there's a lot of people who are exploring different things at the moment. Which, good on you. Good on you for exploring to find your own truth and following the life force that's coming through. I hope it's in alignment with the greatest good in my journey. And at this point, I woke up the other day with this inspiration to understand relationship dynamics, and reached out and contacted a number of men from over the last few months who have come into my life and exited my life without there being clear communication, and has left spaces of unknown. So I wrote to them and called in my desire for truth and my sharing of my truth, and I've received really heartfelt responses, which I'm really grateful for, and I feel like that might be a future project. So relationship dynamics, amazing, inspiring, wow. So let's see how it goes. I am about to go and see my friend, this man who's in an open relationship, and check out his beautiful property and spend time with him, and get my head around what kind of questions will bring forward the juicy inspiration that we are all looking for to connect to our own truth. Yay! So this is step one. Thank you if you're still watching. I'd love to hear your thoughts, questions you would want to ask, what insights you have to offer, and anything you might like to share. If there's anyone out there who would like to be part of these interviews, please contact me. It's going to be very, very exciting and open-ended. So if you are passionate about your dynamic in relationships and how you relate to people, if you have a lot to share, I'd love to hear from you. So sending lots of love out into the world, and I hope everybody is feeling in line with their truth and expression, and that they're not in something that they don't want to be in. And if you are, it's never too late to change it. Okay, lots of love.